is still at war, and has been in all those intervening years. So although our friend the Master brought light into this world, as have many others before him and since, mankind has not taken note of the lessons, because the light that was brought in was spiritual guidance to help mankind understand that the only true name of God is love, and that is up to mankind to forge those love ties with their brothers and sisters in life, be they in this world or on other worlds and in the spirit world, because all are brothers and sisters in the eyes of the Great Spirit, be we walking the earth plane or walking spirit. We are all sons and daughters of the Creator. Religion does not matter, but religion and politics in this world have developed into tools for control and for power and for greed. We accept that some religions, particularly the Eastern ones, are not. This model is incorrect, and they live still in peace with each other, with the Earth Mother, and they try to live in peace with the rest of mankind. But there are many of your, what you call the Western religions, those that are behind the conflict in your Middle East. These religions, until they learn that there is only one God, that there is only one light driving this world, and that is the light of the Master, the light of the Great Spirit. All of the Master souls you work with, the angelic ones, and all of you yourselves, you carry that spark of light from the Creator within your heart. Each of you, be it on the earth plane, in spirit, in the angelic kingdoms, can link that spark of light together to create that matrix. It has been talked about today about working next year on advancing your trance work, so that these lessons that you bring through when you sit in this cabinet can go out into the world. Yes, possibly with public demonstrations within this beautiful sanctuary, but also we may find a way to transmit these words out beyond your small group within this sanctuary. Your new technology now allows messages to go around the world. You have talked about your social media being used to control younger ones, but it can also be used to inform. Unfortunately, we know it is the ones that are about control that are the ones that are followed. Your so-called influencers you mentioned, who are only about ego and promoting themselves. They're not about helping anyone at all. They're only about promoting themselves and making themselves well known. What gain is that spiritually? None at all. That has no spiritual benefit, gives no spiritual progression. In fact, it is spiritually regressive, because the ego has overtaken their spiritual ideals, or your spiritual targets that they came to this world to follow. But all of these things can be overcome. As well as your work with your trance work this year, we will be doing more work, not in this circle, but in other circles, where we will be taking light into the world. It has been talked about bringing light into the world to drive out darkness. It's been mentioned in your talks today. That work will be done, it is being done, but you are part of that work. Each of you in your individual circles will be going on healing meditations, or you will join the angelic beings and the more advanced souls to create a matrix of healing around this world. A matrix of light where we can help join it together with all the realms of spirit and the higher levels. Work together and you can join with them, bring that light into the world to try and drive out the darkness that is causing so much conflict in Ukraine, in what you call the Holy Land, and in Africa and other places of the world where it is not mentioned in your media. These things are going on still, but we will all be working together. We did talk earlier, and it has been mentioned by others, that you have the Festival of Light coming up, where you celebrate the birth of the Master Jesus coming into this world. That is a time of great celebration. As has been said already, it is a time of celebration and a time of feasting, possibly, but within reason. But it is not, or shouldn't be, a time of giving large numbers of gifts, because it is about celebrating the light coming into the world. This festival is far more ancient than you may believe. You know it is celebrated about the birth of the Master, but he was not born at this time of year. Your Christian churches in their infancy wanted to drive out earlier religions. Paganism is the main one, but they celebrated at this time of year to celebrate the coming of light into the world after the equinox, like we believe it is called. And that is the celebration of light coming back after the darkness of winter, or early winter. As that light starts to come back and the light comes into the world, the days get longer, the plants in the earth begin to grow again. That is what that celebration is about. The coming of light, when the Master came to the world, was his birth was aligned with that festival to try and push out an earlier religion. You may know this, but it matters not. There are other festivals of light for other religions around the world which you also celebrate, but they are purely celebrated for what they are. They are festivals of light, and it is a festival of feasting and a festival of celebration, not a festival of massive gift giving. But your Master Jesus came into this world to bring that light into the world. He works with each of us in this group directly. Some of you will be aware of his presence when you have been doing your healing work, and he has spoken to us directly in this group before. He does oversee much of your work. He does work with many of you directly. And he does influence your words. When you give counselling, which many of you do, you talk to people to help them. When you give, it was talked about earlier, bringing consolation to people with a smile and with a kind word. When people are in need, those kind words that flow from your mouth come through from your influences on the spiritual realms. That may be your guides, it may be the Master Jesus, it may be one of the other masters. But all of you will know when you say these words that the right words come to the recipient at the time you speak them. And many times you will wonder where that came from. Well, now you know if you did not know before. But all of these things are to help you in your spiritual development. They are to help those you come into contact with their struggles and their suffering in this world. Yes, we do choose the pathway that we intend to take on our earthly journey. We choose the hardships, the lessons, the hurdles. But, as has come out in your talk this evening, that there are some in this world who are there to support you, and there are others that will turn their backs and walk away. The ones who support you are the ones on a spiritual journey, like the Lady Elizabeth who spoke to one of you earlier. And there are others that turn their backs and walk away because they feel that those below them, they feel themselves better than those who are struggling. They will learn, or they have learned when they pass the Spirit, that their attitude is wrong. And they, at some point, will go through an incarnation of their own, where they will be on the street begging or going through a journey of suffering. Because all of us on our spiritual development go through incarnations, learning many, many different journeys, many different difficulties. We will go through different struggles. Very few of us on a spiritual journey have an incarnation of ease. But that is our choice. There is no point to an incarnation of ease where everything is easy and everything is comfortable, because you will learn nothing from that. It will be like being on a holiday for a lifetime. So it is far better the journeys you take, choosing your hardships, learning the hard way, because learning the hard way is the best way to learn. It is certainly the quickest way to learn on the journey of incarnation. As you go forward at this time of year, you also go through your address books, your phone books, and you get back in touch with those you have not spoken to in a long time. So you send out thoughts of upliftment and healing to those family members that you may not be in touch with. And that is as it should be. That is another reason that this time of year is important. It is not necessarily the gift giving, but celebrating the light coming into the world, but sending out those thoughts of healing and support to all those who we do not think of very often and do not see very often, but we check up on them. So it helps overcome loneliness for those that may be on their own, overcomes isolation for those that may be not in contact very often with loved ones anymore. All of these things help others. So it is a time for giving out love and to give out support, not necessarily material present. But all of your work is appreciated. We all work with all of you. We all work with the High Masters. We work with all of the Earth plane. We work with Mother Earth, as well as those that you call the Masters and the ancient gods. They all work with you. But we work with all of them. And we will be joining with you when you do your healing journeys, when you do your deep meditations to join us in healing. We will be with all of you. I thank you all for listening. I am Gabriel, and I wish all of you glad tidings for this time of year, and ask that your blessings be upon yourselves and your families for the coming year. Bless you all.
Bless you.
That was beautiful. Absolutely.
Rounded it all, didn't it?
It did.
Mm-hmm.
Concluded it.
Yeah. And 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It's good because it shows us that we are actually improving and we are getting used to the energies, because I think when we first started, yeah, we did. We were all shocked we got something, weren't we?
Yeah.
But now we're actually really working with them.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
I don't know, I'm still shocked. I got something. Still very new.
Yeah, but that's like we were when we first started.
You get used to that and
You
just
get
become
used to it, but
natural.
you know, it's amazing. On the first day you came, like us, we all got something. It was like bizarre.
Yeah.
And I think we're all sitting here going, "There's no, we're not going to
Yeah.
Yeah.
And each and every one of us was sort of almost pushed out of our chair to go and sit and do something.
I think you get used to being in. I think when you first start, you stop yourself from going too deep, don't you? Because nerves and whatever else. But you get used to that, and so eventually you let yourself go.
Just surrender, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I think it's your own mind can stop you from going into a deep trance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the energy's in
As long as you protect yourself while you're in there, that's
Yeah,
important.
they
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
so powerful.
It's like I said, I could, you know, I've always felt the energies in there, but it's coming out.
Yeah,
it's coming
definitely.
out.
Yeah.
It is literally
Strange,
spilling out.
isn't
And
it?
I
But
worry
we
about
felt
the
down
people
here,
who might
don't
be
we?
sitting in front of me.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they might be
Sometimes
like,
it's
That's-
Yeah.
yeah, really peaked out.
Yeah.
I just
everywhere.
couldn't hang around. That's not to get in there.
Bodies in there, the energy around you.
Yeah, I think it's even outside of the box, you know.
yeah.
It's this whole
Bodily,
Yeah.
There's a lot of things happen in the room. If you sit and listen, you know, you're in.
Oh, yeah,
A
yeah.
couple of times I've heard something over there.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
and I've actually looked. I thought, what's
Yeah,
that?
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So there's things going on.
There was stuff going on. Towards the end of that, it felt like it was just a lot of noise.
Mm.
It felt like it was
Right.
raining on top of the box.
Oh, right. Wow.
It really was.
So, has Gabriel worked through you before?
Yes, he has.
He has.
Or she has.
Gabriel.
Gabriel, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wondered when you said that.
Mm.
You said that.
It was.
Mm.
Yeah. as soon as
It
you
was
said-
that Gabriel, yes.
Yeah.
Angelic.
Yeah, yeah, very much. Oh, lovely that.
Amazing what comes through.
Yeah.
Who comes through, isn't it? Yeah.
Anyway, some lights on.
So I'm going to find the light.
Turn the camera off.
The toilet feels ever so warm, don't it? When
Yeah.
get over it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's bright.
Right.
Is it done it?
Go on.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
Well, it says it's recording, but
Have
have a look at the screen.
It said it to me last time, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh.
Searchlight.
Yeah. That's what it did at the beginning. It's like a star field until it focused.
Oh.